Hi, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. A great show for you today, as usual. Starting out with some news partners. Stick around because later in the show, we're also going to show you the Design for a Difference reveal, a fun special feature we've got for you. As I said, we've got some news partners today, starting out with James Kateman, business coach to the stars. He is withdrawing customers. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thanks for having me. It's a blast.
I love learning from you, and if business owners out there, take note because there's a lot you can learn from this guy, helping lots of entrepreneurs.
I do what I can, yeah. I can learn from them as well. So
yeah,
it's okay.
It's true. It's a give and take. But you have a podcast that
I do. It's just starting.
It's new, right? Yeah.
Brand new. Yep.
So what is this about?
It's called the Captains of Industry podcast. It's myself and another business buddy of mine, Mason Tickinen, and two of us are getting together and we just interview other entrepreneurs and business owners and try to get their backstory, try to figure out how they ended up where they ended up.
Really neat. So let's talk a little bit about what people can expect to hear if they're listening. What kinds of stories are you uncovering here?
Well, what we're trying to do with people is figure out how they got there. So there's a story that everybody sees. There's the 10-year overnight success kind of thing. So we're trying to figure out that story of the 10 years.
Sure.
It's kind of the struggles and tribulations that they had to run through.
Yeah, I mean, learn from others' mistakes, right?
Exactly.
So you don't make the same mistakes again. And then, of course, others' successes, too.
Correct.
Find out what's good and bad. Now, let's talk a little bit about those who are already business owners. Are they listening to podcasts? Do many people do this?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I came up with my book, right, the Bold Business book, and I was like, hey, do you read? And they're all like, yeah. And then they're like, do you have an audio book? I was like, oh, no. But they consider reading to be listening.
Sure.
So we're having to come up with an audio book and therefore podcasts and stuff like that. So it's interesting learning how other people get their information.
It is, yeah, absolutely. People are absorbing information in all kinds of different ways these days. So you have to really be an expert in almost every capacity.
Yeah, right? And driving, they can listen while they're on the go, so they can kind of use that instead of listening to music or something like that.
We live in a fast-paced world. He's keeping up with the times.
Yep, keep learning.
So what do you think is, if you had to pick a best part of your podcast, what do you think that would be?
I'm going to guess, I mean, it's pretty new, but I'm guessing it's going to be the last 10 minutes because it's going to take a little while to crack the nut of an entrepreneur.
Sure,
pretty close, right?
Yeah.
But Mason and myself have a pretty good job, or do a pretty good job of opening people up and letting them hear their story. And it's amazing when you hear these entrepreneur stories.
Yes.
You're like, I never knew, right? So it's interesting. It's compelling.
Yeah, you bet. All these wonderful things you're going to sort of uncover, maybe things that you didn't even expect to hear or find out about somebody and their journey. So we've piqued your interest, I imagine. Where can we find this podcast? So
it's actually through the Sun Prairie radio station.
Okay.
I want to say K-Sun. It's
I think that's it, yeah.
103.5. So it'll be Wednesdays at 6 p.m.,
okay.
Sundays at 2 p.m. Otherwise, they can also find it at the Drawing Customers website.
Perfect. Those are good times, too. You got two sort of varying times, a night and a weekend.
Yep.
That's great. And then let's talk about, we talked, obviously, it's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs, but what kinds of guests are we really going to see here?
Well, it's really going to be, we have, it'll generally speaking be the local area business owners, but that's it's a pretty wide gamut.
Yeah.
Everyone from just somebody running their own massage studio to someone that's got a painting business to restaurant owners. Yeah, all kinds.
Could be somebody who it's a one-man show all the way up to, lots and lots of employees with varying stories.
The whole gamut.
Well, you have a lot happening, James.
Well, it's fun.
It's pretty good. Helping small business owners of all kinds. Also a business coach to the stars, an author. Now you've got a podcast.
Right.
What else is there? You've done it all, James.
Helping small businesses here. That's what I do.
You bet. Well, I love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
James Kateman, Drawing Customers Business Coaching, our news partner. You're watching Talk of the Town, and we've got more coming up next.